Sure. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Stacy.
Hello.
Teresa.
How are you?
Okay.
I say good morning, but maybe you didn't recognize
10,
my voice.
9, 8, 7,
Yeah.
6, 5, 4,
across our county, most likely due to the rapid spread of the Omicron variant. Yesterday, we held an in-depth briefing with both health and medical experts on our team to give the latest update. And anyone who would like to watch that briefing can find it on our social media platforms or visit our main county COVID-19 page, which is at www.montcopa.org/COVID-19. And you can watch the recording there. We are currently seeing record COVID-19 numbers across the county. Our current positivity rate is 20.55%, and our total 7-day average of cases is 1,077. We all hoped that this pandemic would be in a different place by now, but the reality is that this virus is tenacious and it's not going down without a fight. But we have a lot of fight left and so many more tools to use to beat this thing than we had at the beginning of this pandemic. If you're not vaccinated, get vaccinated. It's time. It is the very least that you can do to honor and protect our frontline workers, particularly those working in our hospitals, and your family and friends. And if you're due for a booster, get boosted. Wear a mask indoors. Keep gathering small and limited to vaccinated individuals and outdoors if possible. On a positive note, our data shows that 91% of eligible Montgomery County residents over the age of 5 have received at least one dose of the vaccine, and we believe that many of these folks are fully vaccinated. We have plenty of vaccine supply, and we encourage anyone who is unvaccinated to just walk up to our clinics. If you are unvaccinated, you do not need an appointment. You can just show up at any of our vaccination clinics. If you are eligible for a booster dose, we do ask that you make an appointment for a booster dose, but we have plenty of vaccine available. And when you make that appointment, you will have the option to pick which booster you receive. Our county vaccination clinics continue to administer the Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine to children ages 5 to 11. Pediatric appointments are available on our website, montcopa.org/COVID-19 vaccine. And I do want to emphasize that appointments are required for this age group, the 5 to 11 age group, and that children must be accompanied to the clinic with an adult. We got another tool in the toolbox last night. The Pfizer booster, the booster for children aged 12 to 15 was approved last evening, and appointments for this group will open today on the county's vaccine website. In addition, it is still flu season, and our COVID-19 clinics are offering flu shots at all of our locations. You can get a flu shot at the same time that you get your COVID-19 vaccine or booster. And finally, no cost COVID-19 testing remains available at all of our sites across the county. We know that in-person testing resources throughout the county are strained, as they are across our country, and at-home antigen tests have been difficult to secure. We are working to expand testing accessibility as quickly as possible. Beginning next week, we do expect to add more than 1,500 weekly appointments through our testing site. So for the month of January, we're hoping to offer 6,000 more tests than we had been offering previously. In addition, we're working to procure at-home antigen tests for distribution to critical populations and to frontline workers. And we will share additional information about both as soon as those details are finalized. I just also want to remind everyone that the recovery efforts from Hurricane Ida persist. The county continues to provide support to those who've been displaced by Ida. We encourage anyone with unmet needs to call 211 or visit our website at montcopa.org/Ida for more information. Individuals and households have until Monday, this next Monday, January the 10th, to apply or reapply for FEMA or Small Business Administration individual assistance. And I just do want to highlight Monday's date. There have been several extensions of these deadlines, but it is our impression that there will be no further extension. So if you do need to apply for assistance, Monday, January the 10th is the deadline. To date, over $12 million in federal aid has been distributed to Montgomery County residents. If you sustain damage during the storm and have not yet applied, please be sure to do so right away. Again, the application instructions and other information is at moncopa.org/IDA. Next, I want to take a moment to give my personal congratulations to the incoming President Judge of the Montgomery County Court of Common Pleas, the Honorable Carolyn Cornetta Carluccio. Elected to the court in November of 2009, Judge Carluccio has sat on the criminal, family, and civil court benches. In January 2018, she was appointed as the administrative judge of the Family Division, where she implemented new systems to expedite child custody and abuse cases. Prior to taking the bench, Judge Carluccio enjoyed a diverse and successful legal career, primarily in the public sector. She began her career as a federal prosecutor in the United States Attorney's Office for the District of Delaware for 9 years, where she prosecuted large-scale drug dealers, white-collar fraud, and healthcare crimes. After leaving the U.S. Attorney's Office, she became the first woman chief public defender for Montgomery County. She also served as the chief deputy solicitor for the county, where she supervised contract negotiations, real estate transactions, personnel, and open space. We are pleased to welcome President Judge-elect Carluccio to her new leadership role within the courts, and we send our congratulations for her official swearing-in ceremony, which is now going to be held on Monday. And finally, I want to take a moment to recognize that today, January 6, 2022, marks the 1-year anniversary of the Capitol insurrection. It has been a year since a mob stormed the United States Capitol, leaving 5 people dead, scores injured, and an untold number of staffers, journalists, legislators, and support staff in our U.S. Capitol traumatized. Across the nation and here in our county, events are being held today intended to reflect, remember, and recommit in the spirit of unity, patriotism, and prayer. As we remember what happened last year on this day, let it be a reminder that our democracy remains strong. We condemn those working to silence our voices by restricting our freedom to vote, attacking fair voting districts, and preparing future attempts to sabotage free and fair elections. In America, the voters decide the outcome of the elections. The promise of democracy is not a partisan issue, but a calling that unites us as Americans. I would now like to take a moment of silence and remember of those we have lost and all of those still suffering as a result of the insurrection on January the 6th. Thank you. And with that, I will now turn over to Commissioner Lawrence for his remarks.
Okay. Good morning. Happy New Year, everyone. First, I'd like to address any of our Election Day poll workers who are watching the meeting this morning. I've heard from some, and I'm sure my colleagues have as well, that you have not been paid since for your Election Day work. I want to let you know that checks are being processed today and should be in the mail today or tomorrow. We're still working with voter services to figure out why this took so long, but we apologize for the delay. It's not acceptable for 2 months after the election for this to occur. Next, I want to give an update on our holiday donation drives from our Office of Health and Human Services, who held several contact-free donation drives for individuals and families during the holiday season. Here's a summary of what was collected and how many residents we've been able to help. and I want to thank our Health and Human Services Department, and particularly Veronica Hillman, who coordinated all these efforts. First, for the Thanksgiving meal drive. In the second year of their partnership with Montgomery County Police Departments, HHS, and other community partners, such as Hope Community Church, the Norristown Men of Excellence, and the Upper Marion Food Cupboard, distributed 354 meal boxes, along with a total of $7,000 in gift cards for turkeys. Our winter coat drive collected over 800 coats, 20 cases of new clothing, plus 125 individual pieces of clothing, 24 pairs of boots, 30 blankets, 12 cases of assorted toiletries, an assortment of hats, scarves, gloves, socks, and underwear. And the coat room will continue to collect any of the above-mentioned items into 2022. If you would like to donate, items may be dropped off at the Health and Human Services Center at 1430 DeKalb Street in Norristown. And the greatest need remains for adult men and infant children sizes up to 5T. And then for the toy gift room, over 5,000 items were received: toys, balls, small electronics, personal care, books, bikes, skateboards, 100 cases of small toys, 100 filled stockings, 216 Phillies items, 4 bins of books, and from the Amazon wish list, 250 toys, gifts, coats, and other items of clothing were purchased. And a total of $24,275 in gift cards were collected for the Office of Children and Youth, the Office of Veteran Services, and other HHS clients. In total, the HHS program office was able to help 2,949 citizens in a number of ways through these donation drives. And I want to give a special shout out to SEPTA too for their Stuff the Bus program. They brought a SEPTA bus up and that provided 25 big bags of toys. But we want to thank everyone who donated for their generosity in helping these individuals and families during the holiday season. That concludes my remarks.
And I don't
Thank
have
you,
any-
Commissioner Lawrence. That is a very impressive list, and just want to add my thanks to our community for your incredible generosity. Commissioner Gale?
I don't have any opening comments. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Commissioner. All right, then we will move on to public comment on matters appearing on the agenda. Ms. Co-Francisco?
Okay, for those logged in online, we just ask that you please use the raise your hand feature to indicate that you have public comment, and we do have a number of folks, so I believe we can read the rules.
Thank you. Yes, all speakers should sign into the meeting sheet that's available at the back of the room or virtually as indicated by Ms. Co-Francisco. All speakers who are in person should come to the podium if they are physically able. Speakers should identify themselves by name and municipality. All public comments must be relevant or germane to county business. Under the law, this means that the subject matter of all comments must be limited to items or issues which are currently before the Commissioners for consideration or which may come before the Commissioners for consideration at a future meeting. Whether a matter is germane to county business is a determination to be made by the county solicitor. Profane, slanders, or discriminatory language or comments will not be tolerated in accordance with the county's non-discrimination policy. A time limit of 2 minutes will be monitored, and county staff will respectfully request speakers to conclude their comments if the speaker goes beyond the time allotted. The board is not required to respond to public comments during the course of the meeting, so the public is reminded this is not an opportunity for dialogue or questions and answers. The board chair may direct appropriate county staff to follow up on any questions or additional comments after the meeting. Disruptive behavior, including but not limited to yelling from the seats, arguing whether matters germane to county business once the solicitor has made a determination of such, refusing to yield the floor once time has elapsed and being requested to sit down, or otherwise attempting to disrupt the meeting shall be grounds for removal or muting from the meeting without further admonishment or warning. As always, the Commissioners welcome written correspondence, comments, and feedback at commissioners@montcopa.org.
Okay,
Thank you, Mr. Stein. Okay, Ms. Co-Francisco, you can call on the attendees.
thank you, Commissioner Arkoosh. We have 3 people who have signed in here in person, so we will begin with Robert White. I'm just going to set the timer for you.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Thank you for allowing me to be here today. Again, Robert White. I'm a resident of Procurement Township. I've been a resident of Montgomery County for about 54 years. I'm here today in the interest of public safety, and I'm seeking information related to the new county pretrial services unit, which was announced in the summer of 2020. Specifically, I would like to have access to non-private data surrounding cases that the unit was involved with. And again, consistent with the last paragraph in the press release that was issued back in the summer, is really the information that I think, as a resident, we should be entitled to be able to review, and not left to our own devices to try to figure out what is actually happening. My interest stems from an article that was in the Mercury back in the August of this prior year. And it relates to an individual that was charged with 83 felony counts of child pornography. 83, in addition to some other charges. The magisterial judge set bail, monetary bail, at $75,000. That was overridden by a common pleas court judge essentially within 24 hours, and that person was reduced or released. His bail was reduced to $1,000. All post-bail conditions were removed. That person is seemingly walking the streets, happens to be within about 3 miles of where I reside. So although we all know what's happening around us, we have choices where we can avoid areas where crime is out of control. Unfortunately, I can't avoid Montgomery County. I live here. So I was so taken back by that article that I reached out to the district attorney's office, as well as the Honorable President Judge Del Ricci, and had a very cordial conversation. But unfortunately, I didn't leave either of those conversations.
Sorry, your time's up.
My time is up already. Okay. So I guess then if I need to finish, should I just schedule my attendance at the next commissioners meeting? Because I do have a few more things that I'd like to say. I'm really taken back by the lack of data and the increased risk to public safety for all Montgomery County residents, not just myself.
Someone will, if you leave your information, somebody can reach out to you, and again, or you can obviously submit more comments if you have it to the commissioners@montgopa.org website email address.
Okay, and then can we at least,
somebody can reach out to you.
We can at least address it publicly. I don't think I'm the only person that really wants to understand what's happening. I think there's more happening than what we're being provided with from an information perspective, and it's concerning. So, thank you.
Okay. Next, we will have Pauline Rocchio.
Good morning, Pauline Rocchio from Talminson Township. I want to talk about what's going on in the schools. I went to a school board meeting on...
Mr. Usher, just want to put, just want to see if you want to hold that till the non-agenda related portion of the public comments.
Oh, when she called me up, I thought she knew it was for general.
No.
Okay, sorry. I'll be back.
Solicitor Stein, I don't believe we have anyone for agenda.
Okay, my apologies.
Sorry, they're all signed up for general public comment.
Then my apologies.
Okay.
Ms. Braccio, sorry about that.
I should have
Yeah,
clarified.
so let's reset the clock then.
Yeah, I am.
Thank you.
Thank you. Sorry about that. You can go ahead.
I attended a school board meeting for the North Penn School District last month, and I was appalled that over 20 years that since my daughter was in school, well, before I took her out, but anyway, nothing has changed. And the thing with the masks, the mandate, you know, school boards do not have the authority. The Supreme Court already struck that down. And also with the special needs children, I couldn't believe how many parents are so frustrated and angry, and rightly so, because their children are not being taken care of.
Ms. Braccio, I'm just going to ask you to just tie this into issues
Yes,
related to the
I am going
patient.
to tie it in, and here's how I'm going to tie it in. This county is wasting so much money with the testing. How many times do people have to go for COVID testing? You test one day, you're negative, the next day you're positive, the next day you're negative. That's to the point of insanity. There's a lot of money being wasted. And why doesn't Commissioner Arkoosh, Valerie, why doesn't she come out and say, if you have COVID symptoms and they're so slight that it's like a cold, and it's Omicron probably, Stop flooding the ERs at the hospitals. You're making it so hard on the nurses. I know nurses personally, and they are so upset because they're wasting so much time on people coming in for a cold. The PCR cannot differentiate between a cold, the flu, or COVID. And if you have Omicron, you're fine. Stay home, go to bed, sleep it off. It's just to the point of the ridiculous. And if Valerie wants to be a leader and she wants to be a senator, she needs to really show that she knows the science. Because obviously she doesn't, and she's still insisting everybody has to wear a mask. She herself vaccinated, boosted, and masked, and still got it, right? If she even has it.
Time is up.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Next, we will have Andrew Corman.
Good morning, Andrew Corman, Upper Pottsgrove Township. I'm going to circle back to the last meeting that I attended with regard to health and safety. I stand for truth, health, and freedom. And I want to remind Chairman Arkoosh that in her own words, this has to do with public health and the Department of Public Health for Montgomery County. This ignorance is exactly why politicians should have no say in healthcare decisions. That is an exact quote from her. It may have to do with something else, but it is related to this. In my opinion, Montgomery County Office of Public Health should remove its grip on the public schools in this county. Chairman Arkoosh, as a medical professional, you took an oath, the Hippocratic Oath, to do no harm. There's plenty of harm being done to the student population in Montgomery County. If you look at Bucks County, which is our neighboring county, similar population, similar demographics, there are 90% of the students in that county are mask optional. They are living normal lives. Wearing a mask is not normal at all. In the operations manual for Pottsgrove School District, it specifically says that interfering with the breathing of a child is a form of child abuse, and it should be reported. Why is this not being done? I could go on and on and on. My time is limited, but really what I'm looking for is for the Department of Public Health to remove its grip on these public school systems. Thank you. Truth, health, and freedom. Unmask Montgomery County now. Thank you.
Okay, we have gone through all of our public comment in the room, so we will now move to those logged in via Zoom. The first person is Suzanne Doherty. You can now unmute yourself.
Good morning, this is Sue Doherty. I live in Hatboro, and I hope you're all well today. I have a single question, and that is, why did it take 8 weeks to cut checks for the poll workers? This is about managing expectations. If you had told us as judges of election that we were going to wait 8 weeks for this money, then this would not be an issue. But 2,600 people shouldn't have to wait 8 weeks to get a single check when they normally would wait 4. So my question to you guys is, what took so long, and what are we going to do to make sure this doesn't happen again? And based on the staggering ignorance of the last couple commenters, God bless all of you. That's all my comment. I'm done. I'll wait to hear for your answer.
Kelly, I'll just address, as I said, 8 weeks is entirely too long, and we are going to find out why it took so long, and it will not
I
happen
can't
again.
hear you. The volume at the people that are sitting at the desk is really bad. I didn't hear the instructions, and I didn't hear Ken Lawrence's speech at the beginning. I can hear Dr. Arkoosh, and I can hear the commenters, but I can't hear whoever's sitting at that desk there. I'm sorry.
My mic's, can you hear me now?
It's just a hair better. I'm all the way up here. I'm sorry.
All right. We apologize for the delay. The checks are being cut and will be mailed today, and we are going to find out why it took so long, and it will not happen again.
Well, I beg to differ. I think you guys know what took so long, and you're not talking. I'm not looking to, roast somebody here, but
Not.
honestly, I'm sure all of you got paid, right? All of you permanent people got paid, but we work 4 days a year, and we're stuck hanging. That's not fair. You need us, right? We got to do this in May again, and I got people telling me they won't do it. This is a problem. Do you understand?
Becky, your time is up.
It's fine.
Thank you. Next, we will go to Adrian Seltzer. You can unmute yourself.
Hello, Adrian Seltzer, Winwood. I also want to say that I could not understand Commissioner Lawrence's comments, the instructions, or Commissioner Gale's comments. So also speaking about the delay in the checks, and because of what the last speaker said, I'll just add this. Us as Joes had to sign a W-4 with our Social Security and such, so that we would get 1099s. The checks, as Commissioner Lawrence just said, I believe are written today, which means they are part of income in 2021, and we would not expect that to get a 1099 for 2021. It would come in the 1099 for 2022. Not printing them last year, not having 1099s for last year will at least save the county some money. And I went back and did check when I deposited checks in previous years, and I'm not very prompted at doing that, but it looks like 12/12 was about the time that I deposited the checks for the last 3 years for this election. I think that we do need a full accounting of what went wrong so it doesn't happen again. Thank you.
Okay, that concludes our public comment for today.
All right, thank you. Next, we will move on to approval of the minutes. I will move to approve the December 16th, 2021 minutes of the Montgomery County Board of Commissioners. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Lawrence. Any board comments? Okay, hearing none, we'll move to a vote. Are there any negative votes? Hearing none, the minutes are approved. All right, Mr. France, authorization of a community planning assistance contract for New Hanover Township.
Good morning, Commissioners. And yes, this is another contract renewal for our Community Planning Assistance Program, where we provide planning services for municipalities. As always, there's a 50% cost share set up with this program, where the municipalities pay 50% of the cost, and we subsidize, as the county agency, the other 50%. Today's contract is for New Hanover Township. This contract renewed on January 1st, 2022, and will expire on December 31st, 2024. And in addition to the general flexible assistance and meeting attendance, the contract primarily involves implementation of the township's new comprehensive plan, which includes a comprehensive zoning ordinance rewrite and an update of the subdivision and land development ordinance design standards. We're also preparing a passive recreation plan for the Wasmer Tract and Layfield Fields. And this contract will have a total cost of $77,112 over 3 years. The municipal portion of that would be $38,556. You should have a resolution before you.
Thank you, Mr. France. I will move that the Montgomery County Commissioners hereby approve the contract for municipal planning assistance outlined below, and the proper county officials are hereby authorized and directed to execute the same. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Lawrence. Any board comment? Hearing none, we'll move to a vote. Are there any negative votes? Hearing none, motion carries. All right, Mr. Stein, authorization of electronic signatory for submissions to the Pennsylvania Emergency Management Agency.
Yes, thank you. This is an agreement for public assistance for federal aid under the Robert T. Stafford Disaster Relief and Emergency Assistance Act, under which we would receive reimbursement, 75% federal and 25% state, for eligible Hurricane Ida expenses. This would include the emergency housing for residents, repairs to storm damage to county roads and bridges, and restoration of county parks, trails, and historic sites. This allows Deputy Director of Public Safety, Michelle Jackson, to sign the agreements electronically.
Great, thank you. I will move that the Board of Commissioners of the County of Montgomery, that Michelle Jackson, Deputy Director of Public Safety, is hereby authorized to execute for and on behalf of Montgomery County, a public entity established under the laws of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, all required forms and documents for the purpose of obtaining financial assistance under the Robert T. Stafford Disaster Relief and Emergency Assistance Act. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Lawrence. Any board comments? Hearing none, we'll move to a vote. Any negative votes? Hearing none, motion carries. Mr. Stein, an authorization to enter into a storage lease agreement for public safety.
Yes, this is a request from the Department of Public Safety, who is interested in leasing 27,400 square feet of space for a little over 5 years in the Fort Washington area. They like this location due to its central location in the county and access to major highways for rapid deployment of emergency response vehicles and equipment, which would be stored here. This would also take the place of other leases for storage of public safety equipment, which will be expiring this year. And it would be for $16 per square foot with 2.5% increases annually.
Right, thank you. I will move that the proper county officials, in accordance with the authority conferred by law, subject to the approval of the county solicitor, are hereby authorized to enter into any agreements necessary with Alliance HP Virginia Drive LLC to lease approximately 27,400 square feet of leasable space at 500 Virginia Drive, Fort Washington, for a period of 5 years and 4 months at a rent of $16 per square foot for the first year, with a 2.5% increase for each additional year of the lease. Be it further resolved that until improvements required by the county are made to the rental space, the county's monthly rent will be $1. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Lawrence. Any board comment? Hearing none, we'll move to a vote. Are there any negative votes? Hearing none, motion carries. All right, Ms. Brown, personnel report.
Good morning, Commissioners. You should have in front of you the final copy of the Commissioner Department Personnel List. It's an 8-page document dated Wednesday, January 5th, 2022, with the timestamp of 10:30 a.m. All positions have been reviewed and accounted for and are presented for consideration.
Thank you, Ms. Brown. I will move to approve the January 6th, 2022 personnel presentation as given by Megan Brown of Human Resources, and to authorize the proper county officials to execute the same. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Lawrence. Any board comment? All right, hearing none, we'll move to a vote. Are there any negative votes? Hearing none, motion carries. Ms. O'Malley, advertisements of RFPs.
Yes, we have an RFP on behalf of Assets and Infrastructure for construction inspection services. The successful responder will provide full-time on-site construction oversight and inspection during the replacement of County Bridge Number 6, located on Mill Creek Road over Mill Creek in Lower Marion Township. Contract to be awarded to the highest rated responder. 2, RFP on behalf of Assets and Infrastructure for construction inspection services. The successful responder will provide construction inspection services for the rehabilitation construction of County Trail Bridge Number 99, Procurement Trail Bridge over Procurement Creek in Marlboro and Upper Frederick Townships. Contract to be awarded to the highest rated responder. 3, RFP on behalf of Assets and Infrastructure for design and engineering services for 18 West Airy Street. The successful responder will provide architectural study and design services to analyze building systems and structure, revise space configurations, and program departmental needs, and will produce construction documents to facilitate renovation of 18 West Airy Street. Contract to be awarded to the highest rated responder. RFP on behalf of Assets and Infrastructure for design and engineering services for the Willow Grove Annex. The successful responder will provide architectural study and design services to analyze building systems and structure, space configurations, and departmental needs, and will produce construction documents to facilitate renovation of Willow Grove Annex. Contract to be awarded to the highest rated responder. 5, RFP on behalf of Assets and Infrastructure for construction management services for the design and renovation of Willow Grove Annex. The successful responder will provide pre-construction and construction phase construction management services, including estimation, constructability analysis, procurement management, scheduling, and project management to facilitate renovation of Willow Grove Annex. Contract will be awarded to the highest rated responder. 6, RFP on behalf of Assets and Infrastructure for standardization of project specification documents for county projects. The successful responder will provide technical support services to study and discover county standards and adapt them into project specification documents and operating procedures. Contract will be awarded to the highest rated responder. 7, RFP on behalf of Assets and Infrastructure for document conversion and organization services. The successful responder will provide expertise and services for full conversion and electronic storage of departmental files and drawing records, including knowledge and recommendations related to retention policies. Contract will be awarded to the highest rated responder.
Thank you, Ms. O'Malley. I will move to approve the preceding request for the advertisement of RFPs as described by the Deputy Chief Operating Officer, Ms. Barbara O'Malley, and to authorize the proper county officials to execute the same, subject to the approval of the county solicitor. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Lawrence. Any board comment? Hearing none, we'll move to a vote. Are there any negative votes? Hearing none, motion carries. Ms. O'Malley, advertisements of an RFP for the Justice Center project.
Yes, there's an RFP for performance testing services. The successful responder will perform specialized laboratory testing of the Justice Center mock-up that will be built during Phase 2. Testing will ensure system as constructed meets specific water and air infiltration requirements. Contract will be awarded to the highest rated responder. All RFPs and bids are available on the county's purchasing website at www.montcopa.org/purchasing.
Thank you. I will move to approve the preceding request for the advertisement of an RFP for the Justice Center project as described by the Deputy Chief Operating Officer, Ms. Barbara O'Malley, and to authorize the proper county officials to execute the same, subject to the approval of the county solicitor. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Lawrence. Any board comment?
I request a roll call vote, please.
Okay. Hearing no additional comment, Ms. Washington?
Chair Arkoosh,
Aye.
Vice Chair Lawrence,
Aye.
Commissioner Gale,
Opposed?
All right. Motion carries. Next, awards of contract for Montgomery County. Ms. O'Malley.
Yes, 1, contract award, Assets and Infrastructure, Road Salt, Eastern Salt Company Incorporated of Lowell, Massachusetts, $100,000. Contract provides for road salt as needed for county-owned roads. Specification 6466 was viewed by 17 providers with 3 responses received. Contract is awarded to the lowest responsible bidder. 2, contract award, Assets and Infrastructure, Trash Removal, Waste Management of Pennsylvania Incorporated of Philadelphia, PA, $200,000. Contract provides for the removal of trash and recyclables for county-owned properties. Specification 6459 was viewed by 21 providers with 3 responses received. Contract is awarded to the lowest responsible bidder. Contract is for a period of 2 years with 3 optional annual renewals. 3, contract award, Health and Human Services, Advisor Services, Asheville HMIS Services, LLC of Powell, Ohio, $144,000. Contract provides for homeless management information system advising services to assist Montgomery County residents who have had a financial impact during or due to the COVID-19 pandemic and are now at risk of homelessness or housing instability. RFP 2152 was viewed by 23 providers with 2 responses received. Contract is awarded to the highest rated responder. 4, contract award, Health and Human Services, Advocacy Services. Mission Kids of East Norriton, PA, $300,117. Contract provides child advocacy services which will provide children and families with healing and justice in a setting that they can trust. RFP 2157 was viewed by 11 providers with 1 response received. Contract is awarded to the only responding provider who has met all qualifications of the RFP. Contract is for a period of 1 year with 2 optional annual renewal terms. Contract award, Health and Human Services, Support Services, multiple providers, $300,116. Contract provides domestic violence support services to victims of domestic violence, including legal and medical aid, shelters, transitional housing, and counseling. RFP 2156 was viewed by 28 providers with 2 responses received. Contracts are awarded to the only 2 responders who have met all qualifications of the RFP. Contracts were a period of 1 year with 2 optional annual renewal terms. Awarded responders, Laurel House of Norristown, PA, Women's Center of Montgomery County of Colmar, PA. 6 contract award Health and Human Services test kits, Safeware Incorporated of Lanham, Maryland, $587,610. Contract provides for 62,960 COVID-19 home test kits. Kits are available through an Omnia U.S. Communities contract. 7, contract award Information and Technology Solutions service contract. Remy Corporation of Charlotte, North Carolina, $27,631.04. Contract provides server warranty maintenance and support for all county Hewlett-Packard service units. Contract is for a period of 1 year beginning 2/1/2022. Services are available through a PA state contract. Contract award Information and Technology Solutions software, CDW Government LLC of Vernon Hills, Illinois, $91,101. Contract provides Palo Alto firewall maintenance and support services. Services are available through a PA CoStarz contract. Contract is for a period of 1 year beginning 2/28/2022. Contract award Public Safety Moving Services. Hughes Relocation Services Incorporated of Lansdale, PA, $28,174. Contract provides for the relocation of the contents of the current public safety warehouse. Quotes obtained from providers on the county's pre-qualified movers list as per RFP 1805. 10, contract award Recovery Office Consultant Services, Pennsylvania Health Access Network of Philadelphia, PA, not to exceed $100,000. Contract provides technical assistance to parties developing proposals for formal consideration of funding by the newly created Montgomery County Recovery Office. RFP 2168 was viewed by 86 providers with 8 responses received. Contract is awarded to the highest rated responder. 11, contract amendment Assets and Infrastructure Engineering. Michael Baker International of Moon Township, PA, $428,122.73. Original contract provided for the environmental studies, preliminary engineering, final design, and construction consultation for the replacement of County Bridge number 275, Waverly Road over Tacony Creek in Cheltenham Township, as approved by PennDOT. Amendment provides for final design and construction coordination. 12, there is 1 contract, 23 contract renewals, and 2 amendments for Health and Human Services. The providers and services are listed at the end of the agenda and the back of the room.
Thank you, Ms. O'Malley. I will move to approve the preceding awards of contract as described by the Deputy Chief Operating Officer, Ms. Barbara O'Malley, and to authorize the proper county officials to execute the same subject to the approval of the county solicitor. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Lawrence. Any board comment? Hearing none, we'll move to a vote. Are there any negative votes? Hearing none, motion carries. Next, we have awards of contract under emergency procurement for Hurricane Ida.
Yes, 1 is a contract award Bridge Repairs, H&K Group of Skippack, PA, $160,000. Contract provides for storm-related repairs to county bridges. 2, contract award Trail Repair, Flyway Excavating Incorporated of Lidditz, PA, $137,171. Contract provides for repairs to the Schuylkill River Trail, which sustained significant damages during Hurricane Ida. 3, contract award Public Safety, Disaster Recovery and Grant Management Services, Whit O'Brien's of Washington, D.C., $250,000. Contract provides for disaster recovery and grant management services under an HGAC by contract HP 0821. County issued a scope of work to 4 providers available through the HGAC by cooperative with 2 responses received.
Thank you. I will move to approve the preceding awards of contract as described by the Deputy Chief Operating Officer, Ms. Barbara O'Malley, and to authorize the proper county officials to execute the same, subject to the approval of the county solicitor. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Lawrence. Any board comment? Hearing none, we'll move to a vote. Are there any negative votes? Hearing none, motion carries. Next is awards of contract for the Southeast PA Regional Task Force.
1, contract award training, WMD Tech LLC of Boise, Idaho, $45,000. Contract provides special event response training for bomb disposal unit operators in the regional counties. Training is proprietary. Contract award equipment, Plate Logic LLC of Exton, PA, $398,274. Contract provides stationary license plate readers at 12 intersection locations in Bucks County. Equipment, installation services, and maintenance are available through a PA CoStarz contract.
Thank you. I will move to approve the preceding awards of contract on behalf of the Southeast Pennsylvania Regional Task Force. as described by the Deputy Chief Operating Officer, Ms. Barbara O'Malley, and to authorize the proper county officials to execute the same, subject to the approval of the county solicitor. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Lawrence. Any board comment? Hearing none, we'll move to a vote. Are there any negative votes? Hearing none, motion carries. Any closing commissioner comments? No? Okay. Then I will announce that our next Board of Commissioners meeting will be held on January 20th, 2022. And I will move to adjourn the January 6th, 2022 meeting of the Montgomery County Board of Commissioners. Is there a second?
Second.
Any board comment? Hearing none, we'll move to a vote. Any negative votes? Meeting is adjourned. All right, we will move to Salary Board and begin with any public comment on Salary Board.
We do not have anyone who's indicated they have public comment for Salary Board.
All right, thank you. Good morning to the Controller Sanchez. Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, Ms. Brown, we are ready.
All right, good morning, members of Salary Board. You should have in front of you the final copy of the Salary Board list. It's a 9-page document dated Wednesday, January 5th, 2022, with a timestamp of 10:30 a.m. Of note, we have 3 retirees: Karen Keller Fallon, of District Justice after 28 years, Martina Wallace of Finance and Administration after 10 years, and Doreen Hispel of Senior Services after 35 years. All positions have been reviewed and accounted for and are presented for Salary Board consideration.
Thank you. I will move to approve the January 6th, 2022 Salary Board presentation as given by Ms. Megan Brown of Human Resources, and to authorize the proper county officials to execute the same. Is there a second?
A second. Thank you.
Second by Controller Sanchez. Any board comment? All right, hearing none, we'll move to a vote. Are there any negative votes? Hearing none, motion carries. Is there a motion to adjourn the January 6th, 2022 meeting of the Montgomery County Salary Board?
So moved.
Moved by Controller Sanchez. I will second. Any board comment? Hearing none, move to a vote. Any negative votes? Hearing none, meeting is adjourned. Thank you, everybody.